evening. Still I'm frozen. Really?
Yes. Yeah, I think you need to switch.
Good morning.
Morning. Hello.
Ashidalik.
Ashidalik.
Morning.
Fuzzy.
Can you hear, right? My voice is okay, everybody?
It sounds fine, Kempo.
Yeah, nice and clear.
Yeah. So we go to the daily practice, the Buddha Shakyamuni Sadhana. The Dharma, the supreme example, I take refuge and enlightenment through the merit of meditation Janaras in the soul, letting Buddha out for the benefit of all beings. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the supreme example, I take refuge and attain enlightenment through the merit of meditation Janaras in the soul. May I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Sanje Judan Zojun Jonom Lo Sanjo Borada Dani Job Sunje Dai Jin So Jibe Sonam Ji Rola Bensara Sanje Drabarasho. May all sentient beings enjoy happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering, the causes of suffering. May they never be suffered from the sacred happiness devoid of suffering. And may the divine boundless economy that is free from attachment and aversion. May all sentient beings enjoy happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering, the causes of suffering. May they never be suffered from the sacred happiness devoid of suffering. And may the divine boundless economy that is free from attachment and aversion. Simchen dam je dewa dam deve joda dembar jor je dam dongar je joda trawar jor je dongar mebe dewa dam trawa jor je Nyering chadang yidang charwe tanyom se me pala ne par jor je Buddha Shakyamuni Sadhana. Ambon, emptiness, and the unceasing appearance of dependent arising are the way of this unity. Before me in the sky, may the space clouds of offerings on a lying throne, lotus and the moon seeds, and the comparable teacher lying of the chargers. His body the color of gold, adorned with the measure and the manner marks. Clad the three Dharma robes, his is a Varjara posture, his right hand gracefully posing in the earth touching mudra, and his left hand in the gesture of meditation holding on the form of nectar. Like a mountain of gold, manifesting his chance and splendor, spending bands of his delight across the whole expanse of space. Dead close suns, 60 doors, and the lake of a soul king, like that noble beings in second who are on. Simply think of him in the grants the glory of the highest bliss, liberation from samsara and nirvana. To extremes, his great being, perfect embodiment, every source of refuge. With your great compassion, you embrace this trouble in the day jhana. Most for my own and others, virtue of body, speech, and mind, together with our possession, visualize like Sameda Bharas offerings close offer to you. All the harmful actions and transgressions I have committed throughout the beginningless time, each and every one I know confess, with intention and heartfelt regret. Your sensations of noble ones, things accumulated toward the past and the future, I rejoice. Turn the world of performance, the teachings, silly in every direction. Pray, your wisdom bodies like space and remains changeless throughout the past, present, and future. Yet in the perception of those to be guided, you go through the display of birth and the death. Even so, let your form body continue always stable. Through all the virtues I have accumulated in the past, accumulating now, and will accumulate in the future. For the sake of benefiting all beings who are in vast infinite space, may you, the savoring of Dharma, be forever pleased, and may all attain the state of the virtuous one, the Lord of Dharma. Living beings like us drift in this genera have no guidance and protection. Because of your kindness caring for us with unsurpassing compassion, every manifestation in this world know of the three jivas is your enlightening activity. Our refuge and comfort from our hearts with total and the faith. Let the great promise you may transform Teacher Bhagavan Ahara Company Perfect Buddha, Glorious Conqueror Buddha, to you I pay homage, to you I make offerings, in you I take refuge. Supreme Teacher Bhagavan Tathagata Ahara Company Perfect Buddha, Glorious Conqueror Shakyamuni Buddha, to you I pay homage, to you I make offerings, in you I take refuge. La mai tung bai chom den de yin shi ba ra chom ba yang da ba zo be san je par jar wa sha ja tu ba la shan za lo chu do jab sen che wo di ya tao mu ne Mahamane ya so a di ya tao mu ne Mahamane ya so a di ya tao mu ne Mahamane Dia domine mene mahamane yasoa, dia domine mene mahamane yasoa, dia domine mene mahamane. Dia domine mene mahamane yasoa, 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 dia domine mene mahamane. Diado mene mene mamane yasoa, diado mene mene mamane yasoa, diado mene mene mamane diado mene mamane diado mene mamane yasoa, diado mene mamane yasoa, diado mene mene mamane yasoa, diado mene mene mamane So we chant the mantra in this section silently. I'm going to share teaching here. Do we have a Shirab in the Zoom?
Cherub's in the Zoom, and just to let you know, you are breaking up your sound at times. Sometimes it's okay, but other times it breaks up and your video is very choppy. But Cherub's here.
Oh. So then what do we do?
I don't know. Does someone have a better?
Yours okay?
Ask Marilyn, is my connection better?
I think so. It's hard because I can't pin you and make you large because then you'll be recorded. But I think so. I think it is.
Okay, can you give me that one here? So I'll mute this one, yeah? Can you hear better?
Sounds good, but that's just a short sentence.
Okay.
Short sentence.
Short sentence is better than long sentence, right, Marilyn?
Doesn't have as much time to break up.
Okay, wonderful. So, okay, see what happened. Then maybe I'll make short sentence, no time to break up.
There's some wisdom in that.
Completely offline now. There you go.
I'm going to share this Buddha Shakyamuni Sadhana short information today first. Tamge tuje shaje reizan rong yinje mado deje bongjong ba serje lombo tawar jibe ge shaje jarbe shabla ge zanze dorjen janjen telo naro dang barba mala jije gambo Amo zhiba jarwan zhigong bei gaji lama nam la zorwan de ro men jije yenje babdang ni de zong zangje genje ngo Rasem jige ngong zong dong ze be zawe lama jabla zorwan de Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Today is a Sagadava. I think everybody knows what means Sagadava. Sagadava means the very special month. Buddha's birth, enlightened, nirvana. All these activities in this month. So that's why Buddhist, this month is the most important month in the whole year. And you do some practice, it's increasing like I think million times. If I'm not wrong, you know, some month like 100 times increasing, some month is called million times increasing month. So if you do some practice, Dharma, even you chant Om Mani Padme Hum one mantra is increasing million times. If you do something wrong, also increasing million times too. So that's why very important month. Also very sensitive month too. So very careful, you know, no create no virtuous deeds and something create positive practicing, you know, Dharma is more important. So then the day is just different lineages, even in the Tibetan Buddhists, you know, it's different scholars slightly recognize different Buddha's birthday. So some say Buddha's birthday is 7th day, is yesterday. Some say Buddha's birthday is full moon day, is coming, you know, following next week's full moon day. And then that's, I don't know who's right, who's wrong. So just different scholars recognize it's slightly different. The Buddha's enlightenment day is full moon, and this is Sagadava. That's no one has arguing. Everyone same page, same opinion. And the Buddha passed nirvana also this full moon day. So that's also same page. No one has argue and disagreed. The Buddha birthday just slightly, you know, 1 week for some recognize before the 1 week full moon day. Some say like this Buddha's birthday, nirvana, enlightenment, all these 3 of activities in the full moon day, same this month. So I like that one. Anyway, so depending, you know, which way you wanted to recognize, I'm recognize all these 3 of them is a full moon day. Full moon day is the most important, you know, that all this most important activities in the full moon day. So now we do the every single day practice Buddha Shakyamuni sadhana. So share a couple times already this sadhana. So today I'm going to share a little bit in this sadhana and also talk about the Zambala and also talk about the small offering, actually the practice, what we usually every single day we're doing. So the first I'll go with this Buddha Shakyamuni sadhana and visualization. So, when we practice Buddha, we have to visualize. So visualize helps remove our impure perceptions. Impure perception create, samsara, like take birth, karmic imprints, create all the times samsara, like why we taking birth again and again, because we have this impure perception. So that karmic imprints take birth. Same is like our dreaming, when we go for sleep, we have the karmic imprints in the mind, something, and that arise in the dream. So visualize Buddha's form that helps remove the impure perceptions. That's why also when we share the teaching, so usually teacher recommend, in the teachings book also talk about where we are in the place, this visualize Buddha's pure line, transform in this impure places, transform to the Buddha's pure line, visualize. And then our stay place is like Buddha's palace, transform to our fixation, our own home. And so that's why, also place, monastery, or the name is like Buddha's palace or pure line names. And that actually really helps, I think, transforming to, impure object is create a pure perception and put a label also like something for the spiritual, and then that remove our ordinary, the object is transformed to like spiritual object. So in this retreat place, like we can call example Buddha Amitabha Pure Line or Tara Retreat Center. So that kind of people put the names. That's reason is the ordinary place is transformed to Buddha's pure line. That's why we put the name is different kind of Buddha's pure line name. If you own the garden, also you put the name, Buddha's pure line, some name, which Buddha you have connections. That also helps, or impure the place is transformed to the pure, and your garden is become offering to the enlightened beings. And you put the flowers, you have a different kind of trees, or the, like this is the birds, animal, like different kind of birds singing, is everything is become offerings. And so whatever we create in that place is become part of the offering and create the natural accumulation merit. So that's why the using the sadhana and the practice is called special method, and transforming object of attachment, object of grasping is transformed to object of accumulation merit, object of generosity. Impure is become created like pure place, and that helps. And when we die, the all is change the perception, have opportunity to take birth to Buddha's pure line. Even you are not enlightened, but really helps birth is not take birth in this impure place, take birth to pure place. So that's the most important, practice is Yadam Deity sadhana. So last week we talked many times. Within our body has all these different levels, samsara. Samsara generally, of course, we pointing ultra level. Pointing ultra level, then the hair realms, extremely heat and cold suffering place. Beings all the time tortured by someone, due to negative karma. Same as war, like going on like that kind of perception happening, and that's called harem. And then some beings like all the time hunger and thirsty, extremely hunger and thirsty, no food, no drinks. So we can see some animals like whether it's a heart, no water, and no food, just bodies dry up, slowly. And that is the same as like hungry ghosts. That kind of animal has perceptions of hungry ghost experience, and that's also due to karma, so stingy and so strong selfish, self-grasping. The karmic imprint arise is called hungry ghost. Another animal realm, we see animal realm is extremely suffering. Some animal is temporarily okay, but generally animal all has fears and nervous. They eat each other, extremely suffering, right? And no protections. Then human beings never end desires, never satisfied, always wanting. Attachment is very strong. So that's human beings suffering. And then we have a birth, old age, sickness, and death. So that's no one free from that state. All these human beings are suffering. Then called jealousy gods is always all the time mental jealousy to some others. And due to that, extremely suffering, minds are not happy, and due to jealousy all the time create anger. And then anger create harem suffering. So these two is really connected to each other. Gods, jealousy gods realm and gods realm is connected. So jealousy gods and harem, because due to jealousy, then anger arises, right? So see, jealousy, mental jealousy is a very negative feeling. So that's a jealousy gods. And then due to that, anger arises and harming for each other. So that create harem suffering. And then God's realm is of course pride. Temporarily everything okay, but everything is impermanent, changing. Power is going to lost. And all the matter, whatever gaining is slowly exhausting. So whatever owned, everything's become falling part of the, losing. So that's called jealousy. I mean, the gods are suffering. So that's all we can see outer levelly, but innerly, our body has all these different levels of chakras. So, like some chakras opened, lower REM chakra, extremely suffering. Some chakra opening up is human being perception. Some chakra, your channels opening up is higher REM perception arising. So all this 6 realm is actually within our body. Different, chakras, like depending which chakra you opened. So now, right now we are opening, our human beings chakra. We have human beings perception, we have human beings experience, but subtle level, the energy is moving, when it's anger arising, opening the lower REM chakras and hair REM chakras. Stingy going to open hungry ghost chakra, and door is going to open. And then, so attachment human beings, ignorance animal realms, jealousy gods, pride gods realms, 6 realm, this, is within our self. This energy moving, right? This emotions moving, and which emotions rising. So the knocking door to that chakra opened. So that's why we have to, careful closing lower REM chakra and try to open upper chakra, part of upper chakra. So this practice, Yedam deity, last week I talked many times, open the higher REM's chakras, and especially Yedam deity practice. So we closing all these samsaras chakra and the perceptions, then open to our heart center chakra is all the enlightened beings chakra is heart center. So that's why we practice Yidam deity, and we create our good perception, pure perceptions. We remove the impure perceptions. So now here are unborn emptiness and unceasing appearance of dependent arising are the way of illusory unity. So visualize with Buddha Shakyamuni. Usually we chant Om Sobhava Shida Sarvadhamma Sobhava Shida Han. It's a mantra. The mantra is, all this appearance transform to emptiness. So same, here is unborn emptiness means we visualize, meditate, everything to become emptiness. And within emptiness, unceasing appearance of dependent arising are the way of this unity. Within emptiness, then form is arising. The form is arising is Buddha's form. So that form is arising, dependently arising. Emptiness is a form is emptiness. Form is no other than emptiness. We visualize emptiness, form, same as a rainbow. No solid physically exist form we visualizing. So arising form is emptiness form we visualizing. So that form is dependent arising are the way of this unity, means like it is empty, but all due to this many different conditions, cause condition arising the form. Before me in the sky, we visualize that in front of us, images, vast clouds of offerings on a jewel lying throne. So same time we visualize the Buddha Shakyamuni, and same time we visualize all the different kind of things, object offering things, visualize in the sky. So vast clouds of offerings on a jewel lying throne. Buddha's seat is a jewel lying throne, and the lotus, the sun and the moon, these seats. So the jewel lying throne and the top there, lotus. Then the top the sun and the top the moon, these seats. Then comparable teacher lying of the Shakyas. So we visualize Buddha Shakyamuni. His body, the color of gold. So Buddha's color is like yellow, adorned with major and minor marks, clad in the three Dharma robes. So he has three Dharma robes in sits Vajra posture. So just like, we have statues, tankas, and also this image is very powerful. Let's just visualize this one in the front of us. Even you don't think about lying throne, that is okay. Just this form is like appearing in your mind in the front of you. And we visualize Buddha. Visualizing means the close eye, and then your mind is appeared to in the form body in front of you. So that Buddha is actually arising from your mind. Your mind is arising the Buddha's form. And then the Buddha's form is inseparable with your mind. So the power of that meditation remove all these impure forms. Impure forms, when you see your home, you fixation to your home, you grasp into your home. So that's create naturally, samsara, karmic imprints. You see your loved ones, you naturally attached to that object. You see the hatred ones, someone like enemies, you natural anger emotions arise. So that's why whatever you see object and your mind is a fixation, grasping to that object. So that create, samsara, karmic imprints, stone in the stone. And that's why, when you visualize Buddha, so all this object, we fixation object, grasping object, attachment object, anger object, right? Everything is transformed, transformed to the Buddha's form, enlightening form. Then that effort in your mind, all this impure is naturally dissolved. Very powerful, right? Very hard to impure object dissolved. When you close eye, your loved ones appear to your mind. When you close your eye, your car is appear to your mind. Or your husband and wife is appear to your mind. Your kids is appear to your mind. Your office and co-workers. So this is all the time we create, impure perceptions, object of like attachment, grasping, fixation, all this creating all the time. So that's why visualization, Buddha visualize all this, perception is naturally dissolved in pure perceptions, transformed to pure perception. So your mind is become transformed to enlightened beings form body. Amazing or no? Yeah. So that's why we have to visualize Buddha Shakyamuni. Otherwise, why we have to visualize Buddha Shakyamuni? Some people not thinking about anything spiritual and this understanding, where is samsara is come from, where is nirvana come from, visualize Buddha Shakyamuni, then they think, why I have to visualize that guy? Somebody say that he's Indian guy. Just thinking about ordinary, like then I visualize Buddha means like I kind of worship for him. So that's worship is actually incorrect thinking. So Buddha Shakyamuni visualize is not something you doing something for Buddha, Actually, you remove your negative appearances, perceptions. So that's the enlightened form body has a power. We have to create that. Then that visualizations arising, your mind, your mind, then all these negative appearances wash away, gone. So that create, enlightenment form body or perceptions. We create enlightenment. That helps connection to then open your heart center chakras. Long as you open heart center chakras, you are enlightenment. So enlightenment is come from within ourselves, not somewhere else. And using this method really helps open our own heart center chakra. Heart center is Buddha's purely, Buddha's place. Okay, so that's why we are visualizing. Then this offering helps. You naturally create accumulation merit. Then his body, the color of gold, adorned with major and minor marks, clad in the three dharma roses, his Vajra poses. His right hand gracefully poses in the earth touching mudra. So his hand touching to the earth mudra. Touching earth mudra means actually that thing is subduing everything. It's free from all the, the free from obstacles. Subdued already 4 maras. So that's the representative earth touching mudra. And also in the earth is the Buddha is supreme being in the earth. So that's why also the thing representative hand is touching earth touching mudra, and his left hand in the gesture of meditation holding on arms bore full of nectar. So that's all free from graspings, fixations. So beginning bore is representative free from attachment, free from grasping. So then four of nectars. Four of nectar is giving up everything, nothing owned. So then actually Buddha is actually richest in the world. Another way. So that's our thing. So that's why you see four of nectar in his beginning board. Whatever wanting or need something, Buddha, everything is there. Give up everything, but he has everything. So no need to own anything. He owned everything. So that's kind of, it's four of nectar, I think. We try to, get every single object, but that's why, never end. Desire never ends, never satisfy, and never get accomplishment, something, right? So the Buddha is full of nectar, is like he accomplishment everything. Like a mountain of gold. So his body is the same as a mountain, manifesting his shines, his splendors, the same as the sun shines. Splendid beams of wisdom light. So then his body, wisdom light arising, whole expanse of space. So visualize like the form body, and then Buddha's form. Even you visualize, and all the your negative feeling and anxiety, depression, everything naturally release. So you visualize the Buddha's form is his form is become wisdom light across the whole expanse of space, and then that light hit to your heart, and meditate, release all the negative thoughts, and also suffering too. So then the 8 closer sons. So Buddha has 8 closer sons, means like bodhisattvas. It's the sun is here is the Buddha's son is bodhisattvas. So bodhisattva means who benefit for others. 60 eaters and the like. So then he has another 60 arhats, free from attachment. Where's ocean like retinue of noble beings, second him or around. So he has all these beings with him. Simply think of him, and he grants the glory of the highest blessed. Then thinking about that and receiving blessing from Buddha, liberation from samsara in the nirvana. So you visualize the meditated Buddha in front of you. So the moment you are free from samsara, liberation from samsara, and nirvana, two extremes. So Buddha is apart in your mind, and you have very strong devotion arising in your mind, and then this his body, like that, is all this wisdom lights is dissolving to your body, heat to your body, receiving the blessings, removing all the negative karma. And then that moment free from samsara, we don't have a negative 6 rams afflictive emotions gone. 6 afflictive emotions is samsara. So that 6 afflictive emotion, that moment not possible within your mind and your body. Do you understand? So you have this 6 afflictive emotion is going on within your mind. Then that moment you are samsara. The moment we are in samsara, right? Samsara is, we cannot say like the beings like cyclic existence going on. That is another way, but the more close way looking is when you have afflictive emotions within your mind. We are 6 ram beings. When you have anger, you are hell ram beings. When you have so strong, selfish, grasping, stingy, that moment we are hungry ghost. Whatever we have never satisfied, wanting others, then the moment we are called hungry ghosts, not knowing cause and effect, and create negative karma due to ignorance. Animal ram, strong attachment is a human being, and jealousy going on so much in your mind, no happiness within your mind, jealous gods. Even you have everything, but you comparing someone who has a better your life or better opportunity, someone who has, thinking about that, you comparing that, create mental jealousy, then we are jealousy gods. And you going on so much pride yourself. It's God's realm. So that's why we visualize Buddha Shakyamuni, his form body, wisdom light arising, dissolving to your body. That moment, you don't have these 6 afflictive emotions. Your fear is blessed, right? Your fear is like strong devotion and bliss, connect to enlightened form body, Buddha. So then that time you are free from samsara, free from nirvana. Nirvana is liberation from samsara and nirvana. Nirvana means like you just want to be in the happiness place. Want to help for others, want to benefit others. Just you want to be like yourself is happiness. You seeking so strongly, you're attached to your own happiness. And that is we call nirvana. But when you visualize Buddha Shakyamuni, you feel blessed, you feel joy, you wishing that happiness for every single being has. You wishing that. So that means you are not stuck in the nirvana. Do you understand? Okay. So stuck samsara is like 6 afflictive emotions going on within your mind. You are samsara. And you so much you're attached to your happiness, and you have some happiness, temporary happiness. You are stuck in that happiness, attached to that. You are nirvana, but you must be free from both. So how can be free from both? Long as you have a devotion and a blessing come from Buddha, and then you no longer attached to your temporary happiness, right? So that you no longer stuck with your emotions. You no longer stuck with your own emotions, then you are free from samsara. You no longer attached to your happiness, then you are free from nirvana. So that's why I think West Ocean like written over liberation from samsara and nirvana, the two extremes. So this both are two extremes. You stuck attached to your happiness, then another hand you have samsara. You are falling into samsara, you have another hand nirvana, but we must be free from both. He is the great being, perfect embodiment, every source of refuge. So Buddha is a great being in the earth, supreme being in the world. So we're using the Buddha Shakyamuni, perfect embodiment, every source of refuge. So that's it. This is the we using the object Buddha Shakyamuni, but you use this object of Buddha Shakyamuni, meditate, then you discover your own Buddha on your mind. So that become like you are source of your own refuge. So become we are become our own protection. The true protection is come from our own. So our own true protection means we have to recognize our mind is Buddha. So then that time we are ourselves is a perfect embodiment of every source of refuge, ourselves. So Buddha, ultra level Buddha, we visualize that helps remove all this negative karma, remove all this afflictive emotions. Then we are discover ourselves is enlightenment. We open our heart chakra, same as a flower opened. Then right now our flower is only seeds. So we need to put water, we need sun, we need soil, good earth, all this good condition we create. Then one day you open your heart, is like create your service enlightenment, become arise your flower. Then that time beyond our right now, our ability, capacity. Because when you see the seeds, the flower seeds, we know possible to understanding the seeds has so many these different colors of petals, beautiful, not possible to think about this seeds has, right? But all the good condition comes, the seeds is arise to flower, amazing. So become we arise to ourselves as Buddha. That we have to know. Then here is go to page. Page is actually depending which sadhana you have, I think. So here just important this instruction is a small letter here say visualize the form of the Buddha in this way. And imagine that he is actually there means like long as you visualize Buddha, Buddha is there in front of you. Page 3, I think. Small letter, page 3. Usually when we do the prayer, we don't chant that part. But when you share the teaching, that part is the most important one. So we cannot skip that one. So Buddha is always with us. We visualize the form of the Buddha in this way and imagine that he is actually there in front of you. So long as you visualize, you're connecting to the Buddha. Buddha is always with us. Buddha form body is not physical form. So, that's why no need to get here to like take time to come here. Like long as you open your mind, then the enlightened beings is there. So that's why Buddha's enlightened beings not far away from ourselves. Pema Sambhava, what he says, who has a devotion, who calling me, and I always be with you there, right moment there. So same, long as you have a devotion, you visualize Buddha Shakyamuni. Buddha Shakyamuni is right moment there, front of us. So your mind is Buddha, is equal to Buddha's form. Okay, so then of course, like who has a devotion, then have strong these connections. Also, our mind is equal to Buddha. Not only that, the Buddha is able to for that person many stories. One of the Bende Zamo was a girl, she was born, I think it's like kind of princess something. She wanted to take refuge to Buddha, but her father never give permission, and she is in the locked, she cannot go away, run away. Then she has so strong devotion and chant the prayers is 4 sentences. So usually when we do the refuge ceremony and I chant that prayer, so the 4 sentences only. She did that prayers. Buddha Shakyamuni appeared to her front of her and with retinues, like what we chant here, prayer. And she took refuge to Buddha. And so then another like story is, that during that time India has many kingdoms, different kind of kingdoms. Buddha Shakyamuni has come from Shakyas. Here talk about Shakyas means it's a family. The country is called Shakyas, like the region is people called Shakyas, means the area name. So then another Buddha already enlightened, another kingdom attacked to in this Shakyas. All these Shakyas, like the area, the guys mostly killed, all the girls put in the jail. And then the girls together, they have so strong devotion, calling the Buddha Shakyamuni. Buddha is able to them and share the teaching. Everyone get liberated. So that's kind of like many stories. It's there. That's also, long as you have a devotion, enlightened beings always with us. So here also says, long as you visualize, Buddha is there, right moment there. Okay. The instant that you generate this thought as the Buddha's wisdom body is not constrained by limits like time or location. He will certainly be there. So this Buddha's you know, like not far away, time or location, like some, we think, oh, Buddha is already past Nirvana 200 years ago. No, 2000 years ago, but that's also like truly misunderstood. Buddha never passed Nirvana. You know, sun never has a sunset. So our perception will have sunset, but the sun is never sunset. Buddha never passed Nirvana. He's always there. And as long as it was a very strong connection, meditate, right moment there, you can directly to receive teaching from Buddha. And that's, you know, like means like we need to open up to a high level chakras. Otherwise, we don't have that ability to receiving teaching from Buddha. So in this moment in time, also in this time, many high realizers is directly receiving teaching from Buddha because they have the perception, you know, and they have that ability. So, you know, right now we have this our own impure perceptions. So this very strong delusion state, we no ability to receiving teaching from Buddha, but someone already transformed this, you know, right now our in this impure perceptions, they create their own pure perception. They have their own virtual reality, you know. Then that journey through that own virtual reality, they can receive teaching from directly to Buddha. So in this case, right now, you know, due to technology, very clear this meditation practice. The whole to we create our own, you know, pure perceptions. So if I use my own virtual reality, virtual gargle something, right? And I'm no longer with you here. So I'll be somewhere else. Yeah. Last year we did it in right moment here in this space, like we use virtual gargles. And who put the virtual gargles, that person is no longer there. some we use like very scared virtual reality. They're scared, you know, they're almost crying, yelling. So we are there, you know, what is going on with this person, you know? No idea, right? We don't see what's going on for them. And then I put virtual gargle myself, right? I go to another country, so I'm no longer here. So you guys at that time no idea where I'm going. So I'm get right moment there, like England, UK, or Switzerland in the top of the mountains. You know, I flew in the top all these highest mountains, locked down all the way to like people who, you know, hiking, and the people who doing the like climbing the rocks, you know. I feel their hairs or the breathing and, you know, footsteps, everything, right? See, so that's the moment I have my own virtual reality, I mean, perception. So same, these meditators, if you create this very strong perception, I mean, visualize all the time this, and their journey totally take off from in this our place, in pure place, to go to journey to, you know, the pure place. And they can meet the Buddha and receive teaching, and they come back, they not forget. Many teachers has that experience. So that's why, you know, this technology give us idea, but, you know, we really have to create ourselves that virtual pure reality. So long as you create yourself, you're no longer in these 6 realms, samsara. So you can go to journey through your youth, your you know, like channels is your path. The chakras is your you know, like pure land. And the different area pure land, you can go different areas. So your mind is a passenger, you know, like going there, go up to in the different pure land to meet all different kind of Buddhas. and receive teachings and be with them, enjoy with them. You can enjoy with dance party or whatever you want. The soul party is like this high realizers go with them and make good party with them. So who don't have that capacity, then we have to do offerings, mentally create offering. So that's why individually has these different levels, capacity, ability. Okay, so if we get a virtual gargo, I put different apps. You all go to different virtual reality. You're not going to same virtual reality, I think, right? That means like depending which you have chakras, many chakras, like same as a flower has so many petals. So which petal you be, and then that moment you have like you are be in the yellow petal, you have a yellow Buddha's experience. You be in the red petal, you have a red Buddha's experience. You are in the blue petal, you are blue Buddha's experience, and then come back, everyone has a different. So same, that's we have to use this meditating, visualizing, create that karma or karmic imprints. Even you cannot open up, but you create that karmic imprint, and then right now we buying or creating our virtual reality. Visualization means. So then he will certainly be there, like certainly be there. One of the sutra says, should anyone think of the Buddha, he is there, right in front of them, constantly granting his blessings and freedom from all harm. So, you visualize through your devotion. Devotion is the connection to the enlightened beings. Without the devotion, your visualization, no power. So you have strong devotion, arise in Buddha, your mind, and then you can receive blessings. So long as you have devotions free from all harms, the merit gain through visualizing the Buddha is inexhaustible. It is a source of virtue that will never go to waste. As it is said in the Avakamsaka Sutra. So that's a sutra name. By seeing, hearing, or offering to the Buddhas, a boundless store of merit is amassed. And we creating our something, accumulation merit is not that powerful. That's why visualize the Buddha, and then visualization, meditating, using this, sadhana practice, they create more powerful merit. Till we are rid of all the destructive emotions and the suffering of samsara. This compound merit will never go to waste. Also, whatever prayer for aspiration we make before the Buddha will be fulfilled. As it says in the teaching on the quality of a Manjushri Pure Land, everything is circumstantial and depending entirely on our aspiration. Whatever prayer or aspiration we make, the result we will gain accordingly. Generate form convention in this statement and recite the followings. So this, is teaching. The name is, quality of Manjushri Pure Land. So there what there says, everything is circumstantial and depending entirely on our own aspiration. So you know, the aspiration, prayer has a power because everything's, see, all this dependent. Like, you know, all this causes contradiction have to come together, and aspiration has power. So that's why here says, you know, circumstantial and depending entirely on our aspiration. Okay, so that's why we're doing the prayer and the practice. And as long as you put effort in your mentally visualizing, then that has a very powerful, because you know, this dependingly, you know, all these causes of contradiction come together. So that's the very important quote. Then here is the next week prayer. Usually we do the with your great compassion, and this helps like become you arise devotion to Buddha. This prayer is very popular. You know, sometimes like this prayer is offering food to the Buddha Shakyamuni. Sometimes people chant this prayer and do the prostration to Buddha, visualizing. Sometimes like teachers share the teaching before chant this 4 sentence. So in the last like ape homages we change always compassionate teacher, to you are offered. You know, offer like then become your food offering. And so most compassionate teacher, to you I pay homages, like this is a prostration to Buddha. Sometimes we say like, most compassionate teacher, please give me blessing, you know, blessing. And you ask blessing, something you can, the last this ape homages, you can change to different ways to, you know, practice. So then this one is coming to, you know, this sadhana has 7 branch practice. 7 branch practices every sadhana has. Doesn't matter which sadhana you using, 7 branches always come. The 7 branches, you know, another way we say, use special method, create accumulation merit, and purify negative karma. So now here, with your great compassion, so Buddha has immeasurable compassion for us. You embrace this troubling and degenerate world. So right now it's a degenerate time. The world is no good timing. So we are unfortunately we not enlightened until now is stay here. Fortunately, we are really fortunately again, you know, Buddha Shakyamuni, his aspiration, you know, we are part of that, you know, right now, our part of Buddha's citizen again. So, you know, we are belong to Buddha Shakyamuni's citizen. So that's why he's due to his compassion, and he come to in this generation time for us. Because we are unfortunately many Buddhas being, but we never get citizenship, you know. So we all the time, samsara citizen, we never get enlightened citizen until now. So now we, fortunately again, we, you know, we are part of Buddha Shakyamuni citizen. So due to his compassion, so we have to recognize that, you know. And made 500 meti aspiration. Buddha Shakyamuni did so much aspiration, and due to his aspiration, he appeared to in this generation time for us. Okay, so you are exactly as the white lotus. So then he was born. Whoever hears your name shall never return to samsara. So, you know, we hear his name, Buddha's name, and we create, you know, karmic imprints, enlightenment, spiritual karmic imprints we create ourselves. So this, you know, when you hear your name never return to samsara, it's many meanings there, I think. So much meaning there. If you connect with the Buddha and you moment visualize, that moment I already told we are free from samsara, right? So you have strong devotion arise, visualize, and receiving through your devotion, receiving enlightening Buddha's blessing, and that moment we are free from samsara. So that's also, then that create actually, the power of that create, we are even with no enlightening in this life, but end of samsara one day, because we already have some connections, spiritual connections. The problem is right now, generally in within samsara, so many beings, countless beings, no any spiritual connections. So that takes like how long in within samsara? Eons kept going samsara. So another, luckily, we don't have to go eons samsara. Even you do wrong things in this life, but still you have these connections, One day someone wake you up. Hey guy, you have connections. Why you lost again? So you have waking up. The connections. We're not going to keep going all the time in the eons in samsara. So that's why it's these connections, we're not going to keep going eons in samsara. Most compassionate teacher, because due to Buddha's power of his aspirations. And what his aspiration, he said, who hear my name, who connect with my teaching, right? Who connect with this spiritual and free from samsara. So that's so much his aspiration. It's come to us. That's why I pay homage, means like we homage to Buddha. And why we have to homage? Because we are right now, it's in the samsara, due to our emotion, we are suffering. So that's why someone already free from afflictive emotion, someone can help us, we homage to that person. One day, we also can be same as that person. So if you don't know how to swim, you go to swimming pool, you're going to die. So you have to homage to who can, life guides, right? So who's going to help you, and you're not going to drown to the swimming pool and die. So then ocean, right? The waves are not going to drag you in the ocean to die. Someone can help you to, take out from the ocean. So one day you have ability to swim yourself. One day you can, without a life guide, you can swim in the ocean. You can surfing in the ocean. You can use ocean wave, enjoy with yourself. So then you are independent. That's called temporary independent, right? So one day we get permanent independent, free from samsara. So until that, we have to pay homage to Buddha. Okay. That's for post-stations. Post-station, remove our body, speech, mind, negative karma. Use the special form body. Use a special form body really helps remove negative karma. If you just no using special form body, visualizing without the devotion, you doing post-stations just exercise, I think. So this time, I don't let people to do post-station that much. People attach to exercise. Do you understand? Yeah, I like post-station because I get how to say workout. This our workout. It's become wrong. The who do the post-station, the fear very strong, and like visualizing Buddha, right? Special object. And you really bored drawing, like means like strong respect through your body, speech, mind, fully respect. You cannot do more better than anything, like physically, mentally, and so your speech through body, speech, mind, that's a post-station. But this time people use for the woke up, right? Woke up, so then there's not much benefit. So that's why only in the come to the temple 3 times post station. If you do let them to do 100 times, then that thing woke up. 3 times could be okay. So the main point is like when you do the post station, don't think about you exercise your body. Actually, of course, can be wing situation, you know. That's also we cannot, who knows, right? So you have a like spiritual practice post station. Also, you have a good exercise your woke up your body too, and that's why it's 100 people do post stations. Every single person has different, you know, how to say the benefit or different agendas. So that makes a different, you know, is a benefit. I think, as long as your agenda, like you're doing post stations, fully respect enlightenment through your body, speech, mind. You're thinking about to purify your negative body, negative karma, speech, negative karma, mind, negative karma. And I'm doing this post station for enlightened beings. And I want to purify my mother's karma, my father's karma, my sisters, brothers, wife, husband, kids, ancestors. You think about that, it's very powerful. But then only thinking about woke up, so can be positive too still. Maybe first couple of times like you have something special object you doing post station, right? That also can be helps you good karmic imprints. So then the second is called all my own and others virtue of body, speech, and mind together with all our possessions. Visualize like Sameda Bada offerings close. So we offering. Second is offering, visualizing whatever we have. You know, you can think about your own, you know, whatever you own, like your bank balance, your home, your car, and your family, something, you know, your object of attachment, fixation object. Mentally bring that in your mind, offering. So that helps is become that object is not causes of suffering. The object is causes of, you know, become create accumulation merit. The object is causes of like enlightenment, create. That is called special method, right? So you have that ability using this prayer. And then something we don't own things also, like you can bring about, think about how this United States belong to me. And then you can offering all this United States. Then you think about the whole world, everything like you bring to your mind is yours and offering. So then the offering is antidote to your self-grasping, attachment, and naturally create accumulation merit. It's called special method. So then, you know, every single object has positive and negative, either way, long as you how you take, right? You know, you take that object of attachment is can be causes of samsara. The object you change to, you know, offering become the object is causes of nirvana, causes of happiness. So that's why, you know, every single object has two faces. Do you understand? Yes. Okay. So each object liberating us, each object digging us in samsara. You know, do you understand what I'm talking? How to say, like each object take you to nirvana. When you see beautiful flowers, you mentally the offering to enlightened beings. That object is create accumulation merit ourselves and create the causes of nirvana, enlightenment. We are attached to that beautiful object, you know, then the object create the causes of samsara again. So that's the reason, you know, then you see the beautiful object, attachment, create a negative, I mean, you naturally create some, even not negative karma, but create this worldly samsara karmic imprint is strong. Yes. And when you see that object, you recognize it's impermanent. You recognize it is not truly exist, impermanent or emptiness. Then that object actually helping us liberating. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, so that's we have to think, I mean, we have to create ourselves is like mindfully, see object, something, use that, create something in causes of enlightenment is very important. So we are in within this world or samsara here. We always have something, objects waking up us. Some objects always we digging to samsara. So that's why we have, long as mind for something, many things we can use, create accumulation merit. So someone like poor, very poor guy or woman, I don't know, someone like so poor. Then he meet Buddha Shakyamuni. He told, why I'm so poor. So Buddha said, you have to create generosity. And then he said, I don't have anything to generosity. Yeah, you can have everything, whatever you can. Like you say something good words, even you show the smile in your face for someone. So that's also your offering, your generosity. And so that's why, we can create many ways, like create accumulation merit. Today, what time is no? Is we're going to share in Zambala, and also prayer is in Zambala here coming, right? So the Zambala is generosity. So Buddha talked about the 6 parameters. Generosity first. Second is morality. Third is patience. Fourth is joyful effort. Number 5 is meditation. Number 6 is called wisdom. So these 6 parameters, which one is most important for beginners? Generosity. Okay, why? Because if so poor, we are poverty, extremely suffering. No time to think about to do some practice dharma or do good things. Due to poverty, you only try to survive yourself, or to we survive ourselves, and that's why Buddha say in this within samsara, if too poor, it's extremely suffering, and then that's why he said we have to create illis, good conditions within this, human beings, our human beings' life. So how do we create like good balance in this, not too much poverty, suffering? Buddha said, talk about generosity. So generosity is a practice, helps remove, suffering free from hungry ghost. Right? If you take birth to hungry ghost, whole life is sacrificed looking for food and drink, but still never going to get. Then no opportunity to meditate and practice dharma. So that's why Buddha recognize in the take birth human being, not so much poverty, suffering, and close like our hungry ghost chakra. And that's the reason he said generosity important. Second is morality. If without morality, take birth to animal realms. So that's why, no harming for others, and take birth to lower realms. So create like good morality and, like harmony with other beings, loving kind, right? And no killing other beings, no harming for other beings. So safe for others' life. So that's the, morality, and helps when we take human being's body, you're not going to handicap, you're mentally handicapped, you're not going to mentally I mean, we have this physically handicapped. Someone like cannot hear when was born, then you cannot receive teaching.
Mhm.
And blind also problem.
Mm.
So mute, right? Mute
Mute.
also problem.
Mm.
So these all senses, handicap senses, like 5 senses, or correct? Five senses or five faculties, I think. 5 faculty is something wrong. The faculty is like something tiny physical object there. Senses is like your mind, I think. No? Okay, so then we talk about the faculties, senses, and then object. The 6 times 3, how many? 18. So 18, the talk about 18. And first we have talked about the 5 faculty, like they have physically 5 faculty. And then senses like conscious is you going to the like object, the 5 object. The senses is like, your conscious backup connect to this, your faculty and object connection to together is called senses, right? Then you have feelings, senses. So that's why it's called 18. What we call 18 is together is I don't know attributes is correct, but anyway, this we have it all together is 18. 6 faculties, 6 senses, conscious, 6 object. And something wrong, especially your 6 faculties is something wrong, then conscious doesn't go to the not possible to receive 5 object, 6 object. So that's why we are free from the faculty problems, and that's all is like become a life good condition is due to morality.
Mhm.
And then like you have a good within the human being's life is due to practice patience. So all this 3 is like most important first beginner. The close to the lower chakra, close to the like hair ram chakra and animal ram chakra, and this hungry ghost chakras we closing and all go up to human beings chakra, all like free from this suffering. So that's is most important is generosity. So the Zambala practice is a part of generosity, generosity. Generosity form body arise is called Zambala form body. All these enlightened beings create generosity for others. So that power is arise form is called Zambala. It's called treasure Buddha. And so now we don't have ability to physically giving thanks for helping for others, like free from poverty, right? So many beings poverty. So no one has ability to help all these beings free from poverty physically, right? If we don't have that power, how can we become accomplishing our own generosity? If we don't accomplish our own generosity, then how can become Buddha? Buddha means you accomplishment generosity, you accomplishment morality, you have accomplishment practice patience. So the main point is here, you practice in Zambala, that helps become even auto level, you cannot free from all these beings, free from poverty, but you practice in Zambala, the accomplishment for your generosity. Do you understand? Or no? So that's the reason practice in Zambala. And Zambala helps you are no longer, this practice helps no longer reborn to the hungry ghosts. Hungry ghosts negative karma is completely removed. Yeah. And then you create yourself is like treasure object. Treasure object. Enlightened being is become treasure. So beings benefit for others. So then another reason, the who go to spiritual journey, spiritual path, you practice in Zambala, the person never ever going to get hunger and thirsty like you are on the spiritual path, free from that suffering. So that's why, we practice in Zambala. Another reason we are free from hungry ghost, negative karma, and reborn to human beings. Like we get good, like resource for spiritual journey. Even you don't have to work so hard to chasing the job, without chasing the job, you only focus for spiritual practice. You never going to get hunger and thirsty die. So that's the Buddha's blessing is practiced through the Zambala. Do you understand? And in his story, when Buddha enlightened Shakyamuni 2,500 years ago, until know who dead, poverty like practitioner meditators, you cannot find anyone. Even Milarepa also survived. He don't have food, like 3 months, 6 months, like in the cave without connect to any other people, like nothing. So he survived. So that's why practice in Zambala remove our all this negative poverty karma. Then also when you are enlightened, you have a when we are enlightened, we create ourselves as a treasure object. So next time, like you are enlightened, somebody pray to you, you have a benefit to them, free from poverty. You have that ability yourself, treasure object. That's why when we create a stupa, like first, like the dong is like press dong negative things, right? This lower realms negativities. Then second, like you create all these treasure things. So long time ago, I thought it's like, why is we have to do this? No, make sense. Like they ask you bring all the good things to put in there. So that is like actually no, I recognize it's a Zambala treasure created their object. Even the stupa, something statue, whatever you have, long as they already consecrate, they have create like the first of course press wrong, the second put treasure things. You have something like spiritual energy, like you're using that object, and you practice a spiritual path. You're not going to longer hunger and thirsty. You create something that can make imprints, connections. I think object you create that, and then of course like go up to this very fine makes of no. Can you hear there? The computer is updating something.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't notice anything.
Okay. So that's why we create Zambala. I think it's very important. Sometimes we chant Zambala like we chasing desires. That's misunderstand. So, and also form body of what is Nagarjuna says, the satisfied, right? Long as you have satisfaction or satisfied,
Yes.
satisfaction your mentally. So long as you have satisfaction in your mentally, that form is Zambala. You bring your satisfaction. If you have every single object chasing you have, but as long as you're not satisfied, then you never ever have enough. So your mental form is like create like satisfaction or enough.
Okay.
So how to say
Contentment.
contentment or whatever, that that is a treasure, you know.
Yeah.
And chanting, prayer, aspiration, you know, satisfaction, or you know, free from poverty, satisfaction. Satisfaction, okay. Then also, you know, like we drawing practice Zambala, not only you thinking about I want to reach, right? And we change every single being free from poverty. Every single being free from, you know, hungry ghost, negative karma. Think about that. You know, like we removing hungry ghost, negative karma, and even you know, drawing physically, generosity. You using spiritual energy. Spiritual is more immeasurable than physical. You know, physical is limited, reach to your generosity. If you want to, your generosity is immeasurable. I think then practice in Zambala. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, so that's why then you create like see, and also accumulation merit yourself. Without accumulation merit, you cannot go up to in the higher chakras. So we have to create accumulation merit. And as long as you have enough accumulation merit, you have a good passport, you have a good, you know, boarding pass, right? Ticket to show up to and go to upper chakras. So upper chakra is like naturally secret. Secret is like Dharma protectors, is gatekeepers there. They not let you go up to, you don't have long as you don't have enough, you know, accumulation merit. So, you know, you don't have a ticket. You cannot go into the big gathering or something special parties, right? You have to pay $100, $1,000 to buy tickets to go to buy. Then the you know, they check you every single place, like you have a ticket or not. You go to airport, boarding the airplane, they check you, you know, security check. Before security check, that what do you have? You know, there you go to the luggage to check in, right? And that check you log to you have a ticket or not. Then you have a can go or not, right? And then after you all have correct, so then they'll pass you. Then they give you the security check. So long as you have accumulation merit, or this like first level enough accumulation merit, then same as luggage check. You can go luggage check. You can check in. Then you go to security check again. That is the same as the you know, Dharma protectors. Means like all this the gatekeepers. A higher chakra has protections. You not allowed to go up there because you don't have enough accumulation merit. You don't have a ticket to go there. You don't have passport to go up there, right? So that's why you have to show these things to them. And Zambala helps you. You can buy ticket. You can afford your ticket. And then the Dharma protectors help you check in. You know, you're allowed to go in. So then you can go to fly airplane. So that means you get in the higher chakras. Do you understand? That means you are part of the enlightenment area. So that's why, you know, Zambala practice and the small offering is you going into security check. It's a small offerings. You know, when you coming and the police, everybody, the, you know, security check receiving you nicely, good way. And they give you maybe a free check, or that's like PS. US where we have PS. Pre-check is TSA. You get TSA could be. Or they have another one called clear check. Clear check is more better than that. I have a PST check, but I want more, you know, clear check in. So then you don't have to take out the shoes. You don't have to take out anything. Just you can go through right moment there. So that's the, you know, like the small offerings and the connect to the, you know, enlightened beings. I am coming, you know. So you making road is a clean path and connect to up there. And then this also like giving to generosity for lower rank beings and helping all this who the land who's living the beings also the get good conditions, good we create a good environment for every beings. And then you go to upper levels. So that's always called this practice goes levels, you know. We have to know that. And then another is here is like see offering after we have the confession. So then confession, not easy to confess like purify negative karma, but you know you use enlightening beings form body, and then your confession has a power because you have a washing machine support. Then you don't need to use your hand wash. You know, you use the soap and the good water and the good washing machine. Your clothes is dirty, is cleaned, right? Yeah, wash right where there, without much effort. It's you get good clean cloth. So without so much effort, use this method, we can have a purify negative karma. And that's why, you know, here says, I have committed throughout all the harmful actions and transgressions I have committed throughout beginningless time, each everyone I know confess with intense and heartfelt regret. So we need regret, you know, we need support. In all virtuous action of noble ones and ordinary beings accumulated through past, present, and future, I rejoice. We rejoicing for other enlightened beings. Just also naturally receiving the accumulation merit. What time is now? 11:36. Okay, so now we go to, I think, prayers. Continue. Leave that to the teaching. Go to prayers. Tiyatomane mane shachamane soa. Tiyatomane mane mahamane soa. Tiyatomane mane mahamane. Tiyatomane mane mahamane soa. Tiyatomane mane mahamane soha. Om mane mane mahamane soa. Om mane mane mahamane soa. Om mane mane mahamane soha. From the Buddha's body, there emanates great radiance of multicolor wisdom light, dispelling our own and others' obscuration, and casting all the genuine quality of Mahayana path to rising within us, so that we attain the level of perfection from which we will never return again to samsara. Then go to Zambala. Page 9, Namo, I go for refuge to Lama, Pema Sambhava, Chinreza in the three jewels, so that all Mother Saint beings as well as the sky, achieve enlightenment, I give rise to bodhicitta. From the unfavorite empty nature of mind, the clear one sees and clean the empty river, I rise as a noble Zambala, clear white, holding a staff in the right hand, in the jewel producing mongols in the left, his decorated virtues on me. His occasion of lotus and the moon, and the seats possession of authority at Tarkus Dargo. He is surrounded by the retinue of the four class of Dakini, all with the own hand implements and ornament. The Krona, Amitabha, and the Chinreze, the five families of the waiters, longevity deities, and the Lama of Odhyana, Pema Sambhava, father and the mother. They rise in the vastness of empty clarity, rainbow lake, appearing body without the seven nature, at the heart of Zambala Omo. Visualize the mantra garland, the sea syllable, like that is makes offering to the waiters and gather the blessings, purify obscuration of Saint beings and increasing longevity and merit, gather all accomplishment dissolve into me. Blessing and accomplishment fall like a rain. Om Pe Matroda Aryan Zambala Hridaya Om Pe Matrodaya 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 Zambala Hridaya Hong Pei Darkne Haranesa Sixom Je Senor Sesu Pamjur Nyendra Wan Kaya Waka Zeta Washankar Soha. The example of a deity gathering into one and dissolving into the realm of Odhyana. The essence of mind, objectless, is the origin of purity. But this virtue may all transcending beings have effortless, spontaneously attainment. May there be good fortune in the land of where the deity of Odhyana. Actually, no, I think English is better. Can you do that English?
Sure.
So I'm going to mute here.
Okay, yeah, you're on. Okay.
Om Sobhava Shuddho Sarva Dharma Sobhava Shuddho. A white syllable Ri appears out of the state of emptiness. From the Ri, infinite light streams forth and makes offerings to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. The light then returns and dissolves back into the Ri. The Ri then transforms, and white Achichuki Droma, standing, tramples the four Mara demons beneath her 2 feet. She is dressed in a flowing brocade gown and adorned with various sorts of precious gems. Her right hand holds a silver mirror with which she looks into the 3 times of the past, present, and future, while with the left she brandishes the wish-fulfilling jewel, bestows upon supplication everything needed and desired. In her heart, upon the disk of the moon, is the white syllable Ri. Sakriso Ayadu Sarvadu Raja Raja Du Mama Du Om Te Soha Om Mama Sakriso Ayadu Sarvadu Raja Raja Du Mama Du Om Te Soha Om Mama Sakriso Ayadu Sarvadu Rasa rasa do mama do om te soha. Three, beautiful queen of space, Dharma lamp, your body takes an unwavering stance, mistress over demonic forces, giver of great bliss, intense delight, 1 face and 2 arms, your smile brings peace, in your right hand is a Dhammaru, your left hand holds a gem in skull cup, you grand practitioners, all cities, robed in a gown of 5-colored silks, adorned with jewels and silken ribbons, on a blue water horse in the clouds, adorned turquoise halter, gold bridle, silken straps, stirrups, lapis lazuli, silk satin cushion, golden saddle, rides the laughing, glorious queen of space, through compassion appears your red robe, surrounded by host of dakinis, endowed with the 4 activities, guardian who protects the doctrine, perfect place, magnificent twinkle, accept this Torma and guard teachings, please perform all activities now, powerful lady who guards the teachings, with your vow to protect good students, Hachi children and Rendu I pray, to you I offer, grant every wish, powerful lady who guards the teachings, with your vow to protect good students, Hachi children and Rendu I pray, to you I offer, grant every wish, Yahweh Tensum Tuyen Wan Moche, Druk Motion Kowe Dam Se Jig, Hachi children Gordon J Pala, Solo Judo Dondo Kundo Arise Vajra Yogini, upon the crown of my head, Jiktin Sumkon Ratna Shri, abides Nirmana Kaya, the balm resides in my heart, Ramyam and come emanate, purify all samayas, emanate Uma and home, transform essence of offerings into their innate nature, offerings for each Buddha clan, fill the 3,000-fold. Om Ahom, Om Ahom, Om Ahom. Namo Sarva Tathagate Vayu Vishwamuke Vaya Sarvatika Mudate Saparane Mamganakam Soa. Namo Sarva Tathagate Vayu Vishwamuke Vaya Mate Saparane Mamganakam Soa. Namo Sarva Tathagate Vayu Vishwamuke Vaya Sarvatikam Gate Swaparane Mamganakam Soa. Om Akaramukam Sarva Dharma Namadurute Uma Om Pate Soa. Om Akaramukam Sarva Dharma Namadurute Uma Om Pate Soa. Mukam Sarva Dharma Namadurute Uma Om Pate Soa. Oh, gotcha. Okay. 3. Accomplished primordial nature, secret mandala, unborn radiance. I invite the protectors to come. Dakinis perform activities. Guardians abide by their commitment. Manifest from the Dharma Dhatu. Mandalas primordial awareness. Call to come to the sacred place now. From the vast expanse of turquoise light, and from the troves of the azure gray, elder sister Achinam Nazai, please come here and tame all obstructors, emanating from ultimate space. Goddesses empowered with wisdom, protect the teachings of the Buddhas, and with your red news of and lofty praise of protectors, glory, Dharma, Savior is outer, inner substances, glory, Dharma, Savior is clouds of offerings, infinite, glory, Dharma, Savior is songs of praise, our devotion, glory, Dharma, Savior is meditative attention, glory, Dharma, Savior is high above the samsara, glory, Dharma, Savior is beyond brilliant sun and moon, glory, Dharma, Savior is filled with virtue, granting gem, glory, Dharma, Savior is vast as precious summer lakes, glory, Dharma, Savior is spread unfailing doctrine, glory, Dharma, Savior is protect aims of followers, glory, Dharma, Savior is never separate, stay with us, perfect power, blessings, wealth, power, blessing, all complete, power, fortunes manifest, oceans of prosperity, all you powerful protectors, precious teachings protected, increase precious offerings, include all practitioners, fill our homes with spiritual wealth, protect us from obstacles, dispel all the dangerous talk, may all highest aims be seen. Love how but you, Dharma, free of obstacles, gain level of Dakini, dry up cyclic existence. Gewadi tulatin, choje drupor gegmejin, ganataki satome, korwe gyatso gemparsho.
You're muted, Kempo.
You can unmute now, EDG.
Kempo, you're muted.
Can you hear me okay?
Can't hear Kempo.
Can anyone hear?
We don't hear you
me?
either, Debbie.
Can hear you.
Please consider me, please consider me. Glorious Vajra Guardian, Great Black One, Mahakala, and glorious Vararuga, Haruka Chakrasambhara. By nature you are one within Dharmata, in essence you are the same within exalted wisdom. In character you are equal in unhindered activity. Hero who defeats all unfavorable circumstances, you are the foremost lord of all appearance and existence. Gods and demons, fierce protector who is a great leader of activity oppressors. Invincible sovereign of radiant splendor, you protect awareness, holding yogins as if they were your own children, and assess the concentration of oath-bound practitioners, and are endowed with the radiance of peace, the splendor of increasing, the power of magnetizing activity, and are swift in the activities of liberating savage foes and hindrances. Your mighty skill to protect the teachings is superb. Powerful Lord Dordrektak Salchan, great war god of yogins, please think of me. I, a yogin, invite a riches, for body, speech, and life. Mind to abide in me in this holy image as I engage in practice to attain unsurpassed enlightenment. Act so as to conquer obstacles to the path of supreme bliss and the dread of the four Maras. Please cause me to encounter the Samadhi escort that will guide me on the true path. Thus, until I attain enlightenment, help me not to walk on mistaken paths with body, speech, and mind, but cause my mind to turn toward freedom and enlightenment. May all unfavorable circumstances in this world be vanquished. May perfect auspiciousness and goodness pervade and increase. May gods, demons, and humans be overpowered, and at all times and in every circumstance my enlightened activities be accomplished according to my supplications. As you are the glory and the guardian of all beings, please perform activities to grant supreme and common cities unobstructedly and effortlessly. May I vanquish all unfavorable circumstances, the enemies and hindrances with mistaken views and the like, and may perfect auspiciousness and goodness pervade and increase. Madri, by the power of compassion and previous aspirations, Achichoki Droma, arise from unborn Dharmadhatu and look upon us from the expanse of exalted wisdom. Miraculously descend upon this activity. The other Achi, daughter of Nanam, powerful lady, Dharmatara, wisdom Tara, Samaya Tara, magnetizing goddess, flesh-eating Karma Dakini, noble lady, Tasha Sarigma, Mila Loksama, Trakardaksama, Gedraksama, and Trikraksama, protectors of lineage forefathers, protectors of secret hermitages, protectors with Samaya, who pledge to protect the teachings of the Kagyu lineage. Your luminous wisdom never fades, your compassion never withholds, your blessings are close and your power unobstructed. All of you bless us, yogins, and your retinue with your enlightened body. Bless us with your enlightened speech. Bless us with your enlightened mind. Bless us with your enlightened qualities. Bless us with your enlightened activity. Act so as to conquer adverse circumstances, the dread of the four Maras. Please cause me to encounter the Samadhi escort that will guide me on the true path. Thus, until I attain enlightenment, help me not to walk on mistaken paths with body, speech, and mind, but cause my mind to turn toward freedom and enlightenment. May all unfavorable circumstances in this world be vanquished. May perfect auspiciousness and goodness pervade and increase. May gods, demons, and be empowered at all times and in every circumstance. May enlightened activities be accomplished according to my supplications. As you are the glory and the guardian of all beings, perform activities to grant supreme and common cities, unobstructedly and effortlessly. May I vanquish all unfavorable circumstances, the enemies and hindrances with mistaken views alike. May perfect auspiciousness and goodness pervade and increase. Saya, Saya, Siddhi, Siddhi. See it. Okay.
Better going to die soon. Chika dewa jembe jengor ne yang lai so ba ne jen ji ba dan di men chele jo para si ba dong zhong chen le yong lai san ze lo bei me din lai sen do ru zhu ma sa wei xia se ye yong ho dan kar wu zha du zu si ji den ba người đô la mê cơ lai san sơ lo yi xi tu ji da nhê chom den thiên đế mê bông da vê long jê rê na xia song sa zhong ji xê chom mê xiam nhê jiang gong zê lai san sơ lo rê zhê lo mai cơ lai nam bai da ye da dai xin lo ban bon zeng den zo dor ye nam bê xia wa Yung jian zhou wen gong lai san zi lo ri zhu lo mai jiu me wei jin yar wa rei nam ba nga ye tu ka ni der zi chi jiong ba ra nye jie li der zi o ma da wei ken ba ra jiu di om bei xia zi ba ni xia wa re sa wa ma re pa xia ma ne hong om bei xia zi ba ni xia wa re sa wa ma re pa xia ma ne hong om bei xia zi ba ni xia wa re sa wa ma re pa xia ma ne hong Om Benzara Sato Samaya Manu Palaya Benzara Sato Dino Pa Titan Dendo Me Bawa Sude Kayo Me Bawa Sube Kayo Me Bawa Anerado Me Bawa Sarvai Siddhe Menjayan Sarvai Karma Isizai Me Zidan Shiyan Kuro Ha 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 ho Bangave Sarva tada gata benzara mami menzam benzara bama Samaya Sado Ai Sanje Genje Ngobor Jirba Ye Dorjen Chanjen Lama Damba Datan Kanson Semje Male Bar Chu Loju Lami Chashi Shoran Yin Jirba Chembe Nibal Dorze Parden Jezin Rutu Malamon Chola Chabze Songjord Jipa Kenle Joparan Zeda So Ma Jewa Mebe Chiye Na Yon Jezin Lamoy Juma Te Sem Jen Ken La De Dere Ma Dan Jipa Kenle Chabde Rang Chi Ge Yin Para Ma Xie Para Sen Yo Mo Wang De Jirba Man Go Wan Chang Pe Sem Jian La Yong La Mo Chu Jie Jiao De Chi Nian Ne Ju La Ma Ji Para Da Nie Cai Ge Jian Zhang Zheng Da Nen Pe Le Ba La Yong Yang Da Ge La Mi Jiao De So Ro To Para Ga Wa Rang Ge Hong Ne Gong Para Me Ze Para Sa Wa Nen Pe Yin Wa Yong Zhen Pe La Me Jiao De So Sen Ran Zong Ni Mi Yi Xie Ni Sen Zhen Pe Ba Jia Jie Jie Da Ra Se Jia Jin Ban To Ni Mi Jie La Me Jiao De So Yang Da Ge Dong Lai Ne Se 沿着街灯着没西北西着东来蒙巴，永根坚着拉美加的所罗知道人南根今年，他们觉得当耶米吉大东罗美干啥？永走上街街加的所见人不接来所完的个金巴街门中。 天见三百之八单求单的梦而着走了的松三界，个人不见而着更大的外前辈。 Parche gen sara den dara rabe tsara sorwan de so sinje labde senan sanve parche shewa zamba lenjen de para sinje lo ema o ngom sara sanje nawa aye da ye se jo du je jen bo da 用的三班的金都南来，三界三生八命过几个，得见我们这巴的没巴也得我今夜三位金刚的。 大人的那真不就马大，结我人家把马就把了。 别人今年难得相同用的给大个莫兰大班的，手接三节三生当姐姐，给面这把人心结拉得手。 地呀大本藏着呀王波的那耶稣海上就生就人不接，马就把难解决了解。 结巴娘巴没巴阳光的光灯白瓦的哟，马的白没红，马的白没红，哦马的白没红，哦马的白没红是Varja Sava. Page 63 or 65. Oh, here is a 75. Maybe in the Zoom it's a 63. Okay. You are the promoter of the indestructible state beyond all concept, realizing the nature of Great Mother, transcending your wisdom free from any reference, displaying your compassion, your visibility every kind of way, O Great Varja Sava, to you I pay homage. 么多多杰道杰一心呢，明明西拉永杰安得多，都杰塞达人那做杰样东， 罗杰森巴杰拉桑泽罗本扎拉萨多红本扎拉萨多红om ben zara sa do hong om 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 ben zara sa do om ben zara sa do hong 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 om ben zara om ben zara sa do hong 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 om ben zara om ben za za do 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 hong 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 om ben za sa 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 do hong om ben za za do hong om ben om ben zar sa do hong om ben za 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 sa do hong om ben om ben za sa do hong 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 om ben zara sa do hong om ben zara sa do ah Shanti Deva prayer 61 right 73 or 61 May every Bengaling with the disease be free at once from every malady. May all the sickness that afflicts the living beings still and permanently heard. May every Bengaling with the disease be free at once from every malady. May all the sickness that the living beings. Kimje neba yinye ba nyorda nele da jere rowe ne nama da den yongwa me bar yo zenje neba yinye ba nyorda nele da jere rowe ne nama 다든 용암에 바로 요생제 내바 예예바 녀르드 내레 다저르제 로베 내나말 다든 용암에 바로 쇼 Thank you everyone. So
Thank you, Kempola.
thank you. See you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.
They are.
Thank you, Campbell. Thank you, Dylan.
波切，谢谢翻译，谢谢大家。
感恩仁波切，
Thank you, Kempo Rinpoche.
感恩仁波切，
Bye,
仁波切
everybody.
导修集。
Hi,
这
Richard.
个感恩仁波
Thank
切
you.
Thank you for your retreat.
我们这个时候在修持佛
，Thank
法。
you。